There we go. Good morning, Mary Lou. Happy Monday. It's hard to believe we're basically halfway into December already. We'll wait just a little bit till we get started. Hi, Vicki. Thank you. I feel like I've been celebrating all weekend. Saturday, my kids were here, Emily and Andrea and John, Andrea's boyfriend. We drove around looking at Christmas lights. There was one home that had like a 15 to 20 minute show where they actually synchronized their lights to various songs, which was pretty cool. And one of them was a tribute to the Ohio State Buckeyes, so that was fun. So we did that and drove around a couple more neighborhoods looking at lights. We picked up pizza and ate pizza. We made hot chocolate bombs, and that was fun. We watched something on TV, I can't remember. Sugar Bake or something like that. And then called it a day. And then yesterday, Andrea and Emily and I went to a place here in the Columbus area called Board and Brush, where you can paint your own signs. And that was a gift given to us from my sister's family last Christmas. But with pandemic and Emily's schedule and everybody's schedule, we finally got it on the books, and we all made something different, had a great time. And then afterwards, John met us, and we met for a quick dinner at Culver's, and then the four of us went to see the zoo lights, which was a lot of fun. So it's been a busy weekend. I'm tired, but I have so much work I need to do. Still working on Christmas cards, and need to take care of some team gifts and things like that. So quite busy, but it's all good. And I'll have dessert for my family this evening. My sister's family's coming over, so it'll be fun. But anyway, so this is 56, good or bad, whatever. But I figure every birthday is a blessing and a rite of passage, and I'm grateful for the life I've had and the life I've built and the people who love me. So today I'm going to be showing you a particular card layout. And in addition to that, I'm going to make we'll make the card twice with that layout, one horizontal, one vertical. And I'm using Poinsettia Place Designer Series paper for that. And then I'm going to show you two more cards that I made with the same layout, the same paper, but used it for something other than Christmas. So I'm looking forward to showing you that. Quick reminder that our year-end closeout is going on through January 4th. However, any products on that year-end closeout list are while supplies last only. So if there are things you definitely want, you need to get them quickly because things are starting to sell out. This week, I'm celebrating my birthday on social media, and in my Stampin' Peace group, every day I have something for you to comment on, and the morning following, I will choose a random winner for a Stampin' Up! Prize based on people commenting. So the only way you can get into that is to comment. The other thing I'm doing this week, since today, December 14th, is my birthday, for the next 5 days, Monday through Friday, this week only, if you place an order of $50 or more, I'm going to send you 14 handmade cards free. So that's an ordering deal this week. I'm super close to meeting my goal for this month, and therefore the quarter. And I thought I would throw in a little birthday incentive in addition to the 5 days of birthday giveaways. So $50 order this week, Monday through Friday, either online using my host code, or if you email me and place your order directly with me, you will get 14 free handmade cards. So let me flip my phone around and we'll get started right away with today's project. First of all, I did want to show you this. This is from my favorite 9-year-old, Ainsley, one of my littles, and I dropped off a bunch of scrap supplies. I collect, I have a bag hanging on the door, and every time I have scraps or I punch something extra, whatever, I toss it in the bag for my littles, and they love to craft. And then I received this from Ainsley. She says, "You've always been a love girl," with the heart and on the back, you know, and it looks very professional, right? Like, just, it's business-like. Ainsley, Mrs. Knabe, thanks. So I thought that was funny, but you've always been a love girl. So I guess we do have that special bond that I will treasure always, and I think she does too. So I had instructed you to, we're going to actually make 2 cards, to have 3 pieces of designer series paper. I'm using Poinsettia Place DSP this morning. So I have 1 piece that's cut 5 1/4 inches by 1 3/4 inches. And I have 2 pieces that are 5 1/4 inch by 1 inch. I have my Whisper White or neutral insert for my card, 5 1/4 by 4, and I have a standard size card base. This one is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. So when you fold it, you get standard size. And I pulled out my Poinsettia Petals stamp set. So the first thing you're going to do is, and we're going to make this card 2 ways, a horizontal and a vertical card. And then after we make the 2 cards together, oops, I guess that's empty, or nearly empty. I will show you how you can use the same pack of designer series paper to make a couple of cards that are not Christmas related. There we go. Oh, thanks so many of you for being here. Thanks for your birthday wishes. If my mom were still living, she would have called and sung happy birthday by now, and then she would have asked me, well, how does it feel to be 56? And I would say, same as it felt to be 55 yesterday. And actually, my dear friend Susie Bronk, who's at times been a second mom to me, especially since mom's been gone, called and asked me that yesterday, and I told her that was something my mom always asked. But actually, you know, 56 feels good. This year it's been a bit of I'll say a transformation year for me. I've done a lot of personal healing and growth, and I just feel good. Okay, so that's that. And then I want to add a greeting. And for this one, I'm going to use this. May the magic and wonder bloom this holiday. And I'm also going to pull out Merry Christmas. So I guess I should have used this block. Because I'm using a photopolymer stamp set, I do want to stamp on top of my Stampin' Pierce mat to give it that extra squish. You need something that's pliable, flexible. So on here, on the inside, I'm going to stamp Merry Christmas. I'm going to stamp it in Garden Green. I'll let that dry a moment before I put it on the inside of my card. And then here, I'm going to cut a 2-inch strip. And I believe that larger sentiment will fit in there just fine. Actually, I can go even smaller. I'm going to go 1 3/4 inch. So that sentiment doesn't get lost in a piece of Whisper White that's too big. And then I'm going to punch one end with my Banner triple punch. Just looking to see, oh, I can go to 1 1/2. Sorry about that. With these, you always want to make sure that your DSP goes all the way to the back. And I'm not cutting mine off yet because you'll see in a moment. I'm going to stamp this. I'm going to tie a bow. This beautiful vanilla color gauze-like ribbon is from the Forever Fern Suite, or Forever Greenery, I can't remember which it's called. It's super soft and super easy to work with. Speaking of gauze, which I think of, makes me think of the medical profession. This is a big week in the United States since vaccines for the coronavirus are being delivered and given starting this week. So it makes me think maybe there's a light at the end of this long tunnel we've been in, trying to protect ourselves from COVID-19 and also to protect the people that we care about and live with, work with, etc. Okay, so the reason I did not cut this off yet is I wanted to be sure that wherever I was placing the bow, I would have enough room without making that strip too short. Okay, and I think I want my bow to be off to the side. And I'm also putting the bow on sideways just for something different this time around. I'll set it right there. I think that looks pretty good. Always pull that. And now I'm ready to trim that excess edge. And you can decide, you don't even necessarily have to measure it, just, you know, cut a straight edge. I can always use that little piece to punch something later. You know what, I want to trim it just a little bit shorter because it's wanting to hang off the edge of my card, and I don't want that. Thanks everybody who joined in, and thanks for the many birthday wishes. I appreciate it so much. Okay, so here's my card. I'm going to add this tag to the front with my multi-purpose glue. We do have many designer series papers from the holiday catalog that are on sale right now. I don't believe this is one of those, but I could be wrong on that. There's just too many to remember everything. And I'll add this to the inside of my card as well. Okay, so given the cutting dimensions I gave you, here is a really simple yet striking card sketch that you can use with really just about any designer series paper and any stamp set of your choosing. Okay, so let's make one more. This time I'm going to make a horizontal card. And again, I'm using 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4 on the long side. And let me get this out of the way so you can see better. I have a piece of Whisper White for my insert, and I'll go ahead and just use the same stamps, same sentiments that I did for my first card. Stamp Merry Christmas on the inside. And then I'll use and I'll remember to cut it correctly this time. So 1.5 inches. 1.5 inch piece of, is that the same? Yep. Of the Very Vanilla. So my first card I used Whisper White as my neutral. This time I'm using Very Vanilla. Stamping the same sentiment. I'll also add a bow for this one. Do you all have your Christmas cards done and out? I have some done and mailed to my aunts and uncles, family, that sort of thing. I've mailed those, but I still have a lot more to get out. So that is on my list. Oh, I've got a really long list this week. Plus I'm working on, I've just about finished 2 sets of card swaps, 22 cards each. Actually, I make 24 just to make it even, and I keep a few extra for myself. Using new celebration products, and I need to make 2 swap cards, 24 each, for using some new January-June mini catalog products. So I want to get those in the mail so that they're this week, so that they're received by the 29th on time. Plus finish my Christmas cards. Plus I need to work on a project sheet for another group I belong to. Oh, lots and lots to do. But you know, I've learned over the years just not to stress. Don't, you know, my motto is you do what you can do, and that's all that you can do. So my goal is to not get worked up about things like that. Oh, and I have a number of small gifts that I need to get in the mail as well. So busy, busy. But you know what? Being busy is a sign that I am healthy and good things are happening. So I'm fine with that. And every year I'm going to say I'm going to make my Christmas cards in July, and I don't. Somebody should hold me to that in 2021. And if you want to join me in that effort, please do. Now, I don't think I said when I was putting the other card together, but when I have 3 pieces like this, I like to do, either adhere the left and right or the top and bottom in place first. And then it just makes it easier to center your middle piece. So there was no Ohio State-Michigan game this year. Is that crazy? First time since 1917. So that was a bummer, especially since we had already waited an extra 2 weeks because it's usually played the Saturday after Thanksgiving. But I do have some very good OSU Buckeye news, and that is my youngest niece got her acceptance letter to Ohio State, I guess Saturday morning, Friday or Saturday. I heard about it Saturday morning, and she just sent a text saying, guess what? And I knew right away that had to be it. So we're really super excited for her, and I'll see her a little bit later today. I've got a little congratulation gift to give her. But we're very excited. When Peter and I were raising children, and then my sister and her husband had 2 daughters later, and we all went to Ohio State. We used to sit around and talk about how fun would that be if all of our girls ended up being Buckeyes, which they now are. And ironically, though, people think we're like, oh, you got to go to Ohio State. None of the 4 of us parents were like that. We just wanted our kids to make a good choice and be happy, but we're super excited. So there was no Ohio State-Michigan game, but we still got something much, much better for Avery. Okay, so these are the 2. Same layout. Basically, everything's the same, except for I changed the orientation of these. Now, this is that time of year where I often, and maybe you do this too, look at your Christmas papers that you've purchased and your Christmas embellishments. And you think, oh, I have all this left over. Well, yes, I have lots of bits and pieces and a few full sheets from my Poinsettia Place Designer Series paper pack. But here I started thinking, okay, how am I going to use these? I do have to make more Christmas cards, so that's one way. But then I also got to thinking, how can I use some of this paper and make something other than Christmas? And this is what I came up with. Oh, I'll also show you that with these additional cards, I'm using the Happy Thoughts stamp set. This will be in that January to June mini catalog. I love this set. You know how much I love sentiments, and I really pay close attention to the stamp sets with sentiments in them. And one thing I love about this is just very versatile, but also it has some nice warm messages that you can add to the inside of your card to go along with some of the typical messages we use. So for example, here's a happy birthday card. And for these 2 cards, I actually changed the cut of my card base to 4 1/4 by 11 inches, scoring at 5 1/2 on that long side. But here's my horizontal card. Happy birthday. Today is great because it's all about you, the great person you are, the great things that you do. I love that. And it's a nice traditional masculine card. It could also be used for anybody that has a winter birthday, perhaps, as well as just a nature lover. And then the other card I made used, also using Poinsettia Place DSP for a card other than Christmas, is this Thinking of You card. I also have a 4 1/4 by 11 inch base folded in half. So they're all standard card sized. So this is Thinking of You, just wanted to send some happy thoughts your way. I love that. Sending happy thoughts, we can all use that. And honestly, this would work well with congratulations, as well as thinking of you, as well as happy birthday. So fabulous, fabulous saying. So I hope today that you feel inspired with the card sketch I've shown right here. And I hope I've inspired you to take a second look at your Christmas and holiday designer series papers and embellishments and ribbons and trims, and see how you might use those for something other than the Christmas holidays. Okay? Are there any questions? Oh, Amy, it says you're having trouble sharing. You know, Facebook just keeps changing things. I am no longer able to share from my group to my profile, my personal timeline. I don't know why that is. It also will not let me show my business page to my team group. And I don't know if it's because that's a private group. I really don't know. And I wish I had a good answer, but honestly, it is so hard keeping up with all of the changes that Facebook is constantly making. But I do appreciate you trying to share, and I hope that you will continue to try to share in the future. You may be able to share once the live has ended. Like I said, I really don't know. They've been making so many changes lately. I'm having trouble keeping up with all of it as well. All right, happy Monday. Make it a good week. Be sure to check out my 5 days of birthday giveaways this week, and a friendly reminder that with every $50 order or more this week, those people on my site or by contacting me, those people will get 14 handmade cards free from me. And I think that's it. Joyce, I feel like there was another question or something here. Let me look. Oh, cards of encouragement. Yes. Yes, Joyce. And we know so many people who need some encouraging thoughts sent their way. So that is perfect for that. Okay. A couple people were able to share. Yeah, just try again. Facebook gets kind of funky. But happy Monday. Have a good week. Be sure to check out Stampin' Piece VIP group for 5 days of birthday giveaways. And I will see you soon. Bye-bye.